Back in November 2025, I took pictures of this memorable piece of Hollywood history, planning to do a segment on it in Hooray for Hollywood. Now, sadly, just a week ago, on Sunday morning, January 4th of this year, it suffered a major fire. It took the LA Fire Department 1 hour and 12 minutes to extinguish the flames, and what remained of the Hollywood Center Motel was quickly demolished. Hello and welcome back to Hooray for Hollywood. My name is Wayne York, and here's a brief history of the Hollywood Center Motel. Originally, the Hollywood Center Motel was built in 1905, and not as a motel, but as a 3-story country home for William and Sarah Avery. It was known as El Nido, which translated means the nest. It was also referred to as the Old Avery Place. William Avery passed away in 1908. Robert and Lulu Foster rented the home from August 1911 to August 1912, when it was described as a large, beautiful country house. In 1914, the home was rented by the McAllister family, but they did not stay too long. The Old Avery Place often sat vacant until the retiring Edmund and Blanche Schultz purchased the home in 1921. They moved into the home along with their 17-year-old daughter, Jane. The Schultzes had the idea of building a courtyard of bungalows on the site, which would be rented as homes. That was apparently a trend in the 1920s with larger properties, so bungalow construction began in March 1922. Here's a Hollywood Citizen newspaper article announcing the additions. In time, their daughter Jane married dancer-actor Walter Emerson, who was the grandnephew of poet Ralph Waldo Emerson. The marriage was full of scandals, such as a rape charge against husband Walter Emerson by a former dance partner, and later a divorce case that involved both partners being romantically involved with another couple, which was called a quadrangle divorce case. Just as a side note, Walter Emerson's lawyer was Milton Cohen, who represented Roscoe Fatty Arbuckle in the Virginia Rapé case. Both of the Schultzes passed away in the early to mid-1940s, and Jane maintained ownership of the property until at least 1951. After exchanging hands a few times, in 1956 it officially became the Hollywood Center Motel, and a swimming pool was installed later in the rear of the complex in 1958. Here's an ad promoting what the motel had to offer. Buffalo Springfield, including Neil Young, lived and rehearsed for their first tour in the back house in 1966. Later that year, Janis Joplin's big brother and the holding company paid $14 a night for a room with 5 beds while recording their debut album nearby. Neil Young returned to the site in the 1970s with his band Crazy Horse. A prostitute whose name was Michelle Ann Gray lived in the motel, and while out one night working in 1976 was tragically murdered, and her body was found in Los Angeles near Dodger Stadium. While investigating her residence at the Hollywood Center Motel, the police discovered she had a 3-week-old baby, a baby daughter, alive in a half-open dresser drawer in the room at the motel. Although the murder case was never solved, the baby was raised by her grandfather and his wife. The child's name became Kelly Gray Carlisle, and she later wrote a book called We Are All Shipwrecks, a memoir, and currently is a professor of English and writing at Trinity University in San Antonio. Another murder that remains unsolved occurred in 1986 when the decomposed body of Richard Mayer was discovered by a housekeeper in a steamer trunk in room 304. On a much more positive note, the Hollywood Center Motel can be seen in a number of old TV shows such as Perry Mason,
Who is it?
Perry Mason.
Cannon,
She's here. She's at the Hollywood Center Motel on Sunset just off Highland.
Rockford Files. T.J. Hooker.
First, we'll toss Kelly Hobbs' motel room for any possible connect up to Pearl.
The movie Angel in 1984.
We're gonna have some real nice time. I bet you can't guess what I do in the daytime. I go to school. I'm studying to be an accountant. I got straight A's on my report card. Oh, this is the place. It's right over here. It's number 4. Hey, you know, I'm into astrology. I bet I could do your sign.
Sounds like
Want me to?
Hey, you think we should untie him?
Folks, would you settle down, please? Hey, hold it! What's the problem?
3 of our friends are dead. That's the problem. Now, what are you gonna do about it?
We're gonna do the best we can.
And more recently, the motel was featured in the movie L.A. Confidential in 1997. As the years went by, the motel was certainly in decline. And in 2018, it officially closed its doors. The former owner and a handful of long-term residents continued to occupy the property. It was foreclosed on and vacated in late 2024. Then, as I mentioned in the opening of this episode, a fire occurred on Sunday, January 4th of this year, 2026. Here's a brief CBS News clip showing the tragedy.
A motel filled with history burns down overnight in Hollywood. Flames ripped through the Hollywood Center Motel on Sunset Boulevard around 4:30 this morning. Firefighters say the motel was boarded up, but they heard someone yelling for help. They found a 42-year-old man on the roof. They say he broke a window and got out. The Hollywood Center Motel has been used in several films, including L.A. Confidential.
According to an article in the Los Angeles Times, the Hollywood Heritage, a nonprofit dedicated to preserving neighborhood history, mourned the loss of the motel in a statement Sunday. Quote, "The building could readily have been painted and preserved to serve in an adaptive reuse capacity as a gem in the community," said local historian Brian Curran, who serves as co-chair of Hollywood Heritage's Preservation Committee. And he continued on, "By allowing its decay and neglect, we again see rare historical buildings lost which were eminently restorable. We are absolutely crushed and sick that this could happen." And Curran went on to say, "and afraid that this is going to be a pattern." End quote. Well, I certainly hope his predictions are not accurate, and as always, I applaud the efforts of the Hollywood Heritage. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Hooray for Hollywood. My name is Wayne York, and sadly, it's a wrap on the Hollywood Center Motel. We'll see you on the next one.